Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure as we begin to explore this thing called life. Yeah. And so today I start off the idea with the question, is it an illusion? Is it real? Is it an illusion? I was listening to the Moody Blues the other day, and the opening to dialogue to their famous song White Satin talk about, is it an illusion or is it real? And what I find is that the more I believe I become aware through asking more questions. I believe I become aware by not believing what I'm told. I become aware that pretty much everything is an illusion because everything is told us through a perspective, and that perspective is of one individual or one group of people. And a perspective is not reality. A perspective is an illusion created through perception. I'm reminded of that because I can recall years back, I had arranged to go to Brazil to go visit this healer that was world-renowned, John of God. And I can remember, like a couple of weeks before going, I just canceled. Something in me said this was just not right. It was too good to be true. It didn't smell right. And then when I watched videos of this individual, the energy I picked up didn't resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. The energy just didn't resonate. Well, there's a lot of testimonies that say he did good. And right now, the gentleman's in jail. A sexual predator. Like 700 cases brought up against him. You got to listen to your heart. Because you never know. And this is about every aspect of life. Everything we are being told by the media, by businesses, it's skewed. It's skewed to their perspective. And what are they trying to get? When I was in the corporate world, we skewed everything to our perspective so that the customer, whether it be an individual or an independent agent, because I was in the insurance business, would see it our way. We made it look good for us. And then I realized that's true in just about everything. When we're dating someone, we're skewing who we are and what we're being so that they see us in the light we want them to be seen, not as we are. And think about that. When we finally let down the facade, let down the mask, and show our real selves, it's a great disappointment because we built up an illusion. We haven't been real. And when I say real about an individual, I mean authentic. Who are you? What are you doing? I want you to know that I do my best to be authentic. I do my best, and I tell you, I am not perfect. I have both sides of the coin. As much as you like about me, there's probably just as much you won't like about me. And you know what? That's true for everyone. There is no human being on the planet that you will like every aspect of who they are. There will be things that you dislike. To me, that's real. Because why? Because I believe the universe is always in balance. It is never one-sided. There's always as much life as there is death. There is always as much happiness as there is sorrow. There's always as much abundance as there is a lack of abundance. And again, that is through human perspective. From an infinite perspective, all there is love. But love is not romantic. Love is not about liking. Love is not about lusting. Love is pure acceptance as the observer of all things, part of oneness, and everything is required for oneness to exist. Therefore, there can't be any judgment there. I think it's both, Andrew. Andrew writes, are we creating our own reality by our thoughts? And is life just a dream? I believe that each of us is creating our own reality through our thoughts. Our thoughts can change your life, no question. And it's the perception that we create about life gets played out, and that's what we experience. So if you want to call that a dream, it is. The only reality that I perceive is that we're unique individualizations of the infinite. We're points of consciousness. I believe that. It's what I think is true. But again, I'm always questioning that because I don't know. I don't know anyone. I don't know that anyone truly knows. And if they do, if they say they know, how do they know? How do they? Well, I've studied this book. I've studied that book. It's just a book. It's a book written by a human. And they'll say, no, it's written by God. God doesn't write. God is not made in man's image, in human image. God is infinite. It does not have human qualities. It is infinite. Can you get that, what I'm saying right here now? If God is infinite, there's nothing about God that has human qualities. That's the ego of mankind, humankind, making God in its image, an anthropomorphic God. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. The more you get in, more aware, the more you question, you'll start to understand that. There's no supreme being. There's an infinite, and you and I are a part of it. We're points of consciousness within the all consciousness. On the external, in this ego, in this body, it appears that we're separate, but at the depths of all that is, we're part of that oneness. And that's what we go to in meditation. We go to connect with that which is all. And then they say, well, what's that feeling? Can't describe it. How do you describe allness? How do you describe wholeness? There is no emotions. That's why the great illusion is that love feels like this. Love doesn't feel like anything. Love is the absence of feelings. It's total acceptance. We built love into this thing that's romantic. Well, that's sensory. Love is not sensory. Liking is sensory. Hormonal attraction or physical attraction is sensory. We've taken liking and lusting and said that's love. That's not love. Those are aspects of being human. Love is so much greater than that. It's the acceptance of all as it is right here, right now. My words today are for you. Whatever it is you're holding on to tight, question it. It's an illusion you've created within your own mind. Try to see the illusion in balance. Because when you see things in balance, that's how the infinite would see things if the infinite were watching. You notice how I carefully used my words there? If the infinite watching. I don't want to give the infinite a divine, human quality. It's not there. And I've got Chitra. I hope I said that right. Chitra is in Bangalore, India. I've been to Bangalore 3 times. My best friend Naranjan comes from Bangalore, and his mother's Sumitra lives in Bangalore. So welcome. Glad you found us today. Thank you all for checking in. I love seeing that you're out there. It helps me understand the energy of the people that are listening to this live. And I know there's so many more that listen to it when it's not live, and that's good too. But your comments help me bring whatever energy I feel is being asked for. What can we talk about? What can we question about? What can we look at life? Because there's so much to life to look at. Dee Dee Branson says, we love seeing you out there. We do love seeing everybody out there. See, that's the beauty of COVID. If it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't be doing this. If it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't be doing my daily meditations. If it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't have relationships with people all over the world. COVID for me has been a blessing. Absolute blessing. And you see, there's as much good and as much bad in COVID as the perspective in which you look at it becomes your reality. And is that reality an illusion? It's up to you to decide. Folks, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you haven't heard it today, you're going to hear it right now. I love you and I accept you just like you are. So go create your most perfect day. Until next time, aloha. Have a great one. Bye-bye.